Hello everyone from McGuire Hall from Arrupe College. This is a special message on St. Patrick's Day that I'm intending for all Arrupe student body members. So of course, you know me, Father K, and I'm speaking to our current students as well as anyone who's been enrolled at Arrupe since we opened the doors in 2015. Those of you who may be in four-year institutions, universities and colleges, those of you who may be working, but all of you are members of the Arrupe College community. When you began at Arrupe, whatever year that you enrolled in, you began with a LUREC, with the retreat and orientation at the Loyola University Retreat and Ecology campus. And I spoke with you during your time at LUREC, during that retreat, a little bit about St. Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits and also the patron saint of Loyola University. And I told you about his cannonball, how he was injured in battle in Pamplona in Spain, and how that disrupted all of his plans, that changed his whole trajectory of his life, that he was planning to go in one particular direction, and all the predictability, all the planning was cast asunder. Well, you know where this is going. We are in the midst of our own cannonball experience like no other. You know, where our plans here at the college have been disrupted, where we've shifted now to online education, where the calendar of events at Arrupe for our current students have been shelved, at least temporarily, at least for the foreseeable future, for the rest of this semester. And I'm sure for those students who used to be at Arrupe but are now elsewhere, if you're at a four-year institution, you may be moving off, or you've also changed to online. If you're working, then you may be working remotely, or your workplace may have other plans for you. This is impacting all of us, our families, our friends, our neighborhoods, our buildings. It is a big cannonball. So, Arrupe students, what do we do about all of this? How do we react to this? I guess I've got three things to say to you about that. First, and it's something that you've heard, whether you're still here as a student or you've moved on, you've graduated, self-advocacy. You've heard it from your faculty members. You've heard it from advisors. You've heard it from staff members. We really need you to let us know what you need. So for current students, are you paying attention to emails? Are you working with faculty members who are now transitioning you to online courses? Are you in touch with your advisors? Are you paying attention to those emails from administrators? If you need help, are you reaching out to professors that you know? Are you reaching out to the deans? Are you reaching out to our social workers? Are you reaching out, if you're planning to go to a four-year school next year, to Julie Garcia? And here's a message even for prospective students. Are you in touch with our admissions team, with Isabel Reyes and with Blair Williams, if you are currently in a Chicagoland high school applying for Arrupe College? You need to do this. You can do this. Be great self-advocates for yourself. Now, related to self-advocacy is something that we talk about, and I think that we live at Arrupe College, and that's being part of and building community. You know, we're hearing a lot about social distancing, and it's sort of strange. Last night I had dinner with some Jesuit priests, and we were sitting like 6 feet apart and kind of shouting at each other, and it was a little bit bizarre. I find social distancing, strange when I think about Arrupe, because for me, Arrupe is being in class together and learning with each other and collaborating with each other. Or it's being in the Wintrust Student Commons together, laughing or studying or eating together. It's, a long conversation with a friend, or it is meeting with a professor or with your advisor in her or his office. And we know that now that is all been challenged, and because we've shifted to online for our current students, All of that is temporarily not part of the Arupe experience. So acknowledging all that, I still say that we are a community, and there's ways of practicing community even through social distancing. I know that many of you are in touch with your professors. They've been telling me that. Continue to do that. Be in touch with your advisors too. I know that many of you are in touch with math fellows and writing fellows. Keep that going. And please, please let us know how you are doing. Let us know how your family is doing. For those of you who are former Arupe students, if you're in a 4-year university, let us know what's going on your campuses, or if you're still on campus. If you're enrolled in programs like Year Up, or if you're working, tell us what's happening in those situations. What's the atmosphere at your workplace? Who's supporting you? How can we continue to support each other? We want to hear from you. With me, the best way is email. You know that. But use social media, phone us, text us. You're in charge, you name it, but we just want to be in touch with you. And just to make sure that we're still building community, even as we're practicing social distancing. And last but not least, no matter what your faith tradition is, or even if you're not part of a particular faith tradition, I'd encourage you to think about those retreats that we've all experienced here at Arupe. All of you went on a retreat as part of your orientation. Some of you opted to go on freshman retreats, others on sophomore retreats, some on silent retreats. And I think for those of you who have participated in these retreats, you've recognized some value in them. They've offered you an opportunity to reflect, to slow down, to maybe reset a little bit, to set some new goals for yourselves, maybe to have deeper conversations with someone during that downtime. So I would encourage you, now that you're not in school and maybe not working or on a different kind of work schedule, to hearken back to that retreat experience and to use this time as a reset. I know for me that means prayer. That's part of my faith tradition. And so you know this, but I am praying for you and for the entire Arupe community. And I'm praying that God continue to bless you just as you have blessed us abundantly.